Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys figure review. Now today we're going to be having a look at the heavy blade version of the Praetorian Guard. Now this was a figure like the Rey figure that I planned on not picking up, but now that I've got the Kylo Ren, I've gone down the Last Jedi line and I'm basically going back and collecting the figures that I missed out on. And this is a stunning figure. I hate to give you a spoiler here, but this is a gorgeous looking figure, but we're going to have a look at how well executed this figure actually is. Now before we get started, I quickly want to mention Justin's Collector Group, the brand new Facebook group that I've just started with a bunch of other collectors and YouTubers. A great place to come together, share your collection, chat about figures and collaborate, as well as the Mint in Sealbox Figure Podcast. King Zachary V, that's the YouTube channel I'm working with. He's an awesome dude and the podcast is going really well. I'm super happy with how it's all going. Definitely listen to the podcast. We'll be doing a giveaway soon and that's where you'll find all the information. And Eric Lee, my new supplier, he's a really awesome dude. He's the man who can in Hong Kong. If you're looking for a figure, chances are Eric Lee can get it for you. So without further ado, let's get the Praetorian Guard's accessories out here and take a look at everything he comes with. This being the heavy blade version of the Praetorian Guard, he comes with obviously the heavy blade, and to assemble the heavy blade you basically have to look at the way this piece is keyed, and then it slots in just like so, and then it becomes absolutely enormous. But the detailing is really stunning. The blade is very, very glossy. I'll see if I can get it to focus up for you there. You can see that it's darker towards this end and really nice and glossy towards that end. In fact, the whole thing is painted up really nicely, and it's got this nice red sort of hue to it, and you can't see at all where it connects to each other. It looks like one seamless piece now. He also does come with a regular sort of sword, the one that segments into that thing right there, and it looks pretty cool, although I am going to be having him displayed with this whip sword. It looks really good, and all of these pieces are all articulated, and you can create some really awesome dynamic poses just with that whip alone. Now he also does come with the alternate head. Now I think the one he's wearing is actually the alternate one. I think he comes with this one out of the box. I absolutely hate this one. I think it looks like some sort of bird with the beak sticking out the front there. Not a huge fan of this at all, but I do love the way it's painted, and you can see there's a little head with like a balaclava in red under there as well. So interesting to see the costuming behind that. And also I really just want to quickly show you the hands, because they've got this like poofy sort of texture, and I really do like the way that looks. They've done a great job with the detail on the hands there, and there's a color gradient as well. It's not just all one red piece of plastic. Now he also does come with a display base with the sort of traditional now from Last Jedi. These display bases, they're all looking like this. This one doesn't come with the interchangeable top plate, so I'm pretty much now going to have to use this style of display base cover for all of the Last Jedi figures so they all match, because I've got a bit of OCD when it comes to that sort of stuff. Now what we're going to do is get the figure himself out here and take a look at the outfit. Now I know what you're thinking, that's a lot of red, and yes, this Praetorian Guard is just one big red figure, but I do like the difference between the leathery sort of sections, the glossy sections, and the skirt down below. It all really does work well together, and the sculpting is immaculate as you would expect. Now the only annoyance is that the glossy plastic does have the tendency to pick up a lot of fingerprints, but what I've been doing is basically using this skirt to wipe it down, because it's not very rough, it's not abrasive, it's not going to scratch it, so I think that's the best way to go with that. Now this is the helmet that I prefer. I don't really like the other helmet. This is the other helmet here compared to it. I don't like this sort of beak look on this one here. I prefer this look here. I think it looks really awesome. So this is the one I'm going to go with on the shelf, but I'm still glad I got the other one to have a little bit of variance every now and then. Now I don't usually go through articulation, but I will show you how restricted the arms are. They can get to about there, so almost 90 degrees I would say. I'd say that's pretty good for a figure that's pretty armored up. So I'm pretty impressed with how they have actually done that. It's not too terribly bad considering how much armor this guy's actually wearing. Now in terms of the lower half, you can see it's pretty much covered up by this skirt. But when you move the skirt away, you can see that he's wearing pretty much just black leather pants, which you otherwise wouldn't see because the skirt is covering it up. And you can see also there's huge glossy red shin pads as well, leading down to his boots, which are separate pieces to the shin pads, so it does allow for that ankle articulation that you would otherwise miss out on. And this skirt doesn't have the same issue as the Royal Guards, where in the box you were getting them with little spots and bits here and there that made it look a little bit funky. These ones have been coming out pretty much flawlessly. I haven't heard any complaints at all, and they also do allow for a good level of articulation because they're pretty much covered by the skirt. For a quick size comparison, here is the heavy blade version of the Praetorian Guard. next to the training version of Rey. Now, as you can see, the Praetorian Guard is a bit of a taller figure, which works really well for Rey because you can have those really dynamic scenes with the Praetorian Guard pushing down on Rey's lightsaber, and it's going to look really awesome. Now, I will do a full comparison video compared to the Royal Guard because I think that's pretty interesting to see how those two sort of evolutions of the character do work together, as well as Kylo Ren. And why not, let's throw in Leia as well, because she's from the Last Jedi line. Stay tuned, that video is coming up very soon. Now, this heavy blade version of the Praetorian Guard is absolutely worth picking up. He's a gorgeous figure release from Hot Toys. He's down the same sort of vein as the Royal Guard, except even more dynamic because it comes with the two different looks and all of those accessories. So the best thing to do, I think, is pick up either one or two of these, the alternating versions, one heavy blade and one just a standard release. Then you can switch out the accessories between them all. Now, do I think this is a good figure to army build? Hell no, he's way too expensive. I think Hot Toys should have more than thought about doing a 2-pack release with the different looks for the Praetorian Guard. That would have been the best bang for your buck, but obviously they decided not to do that. Still, pick up 2, and I think that's going to be more than enough to display next to your Last Jedi training version of Rey, as well as Kylo Ren, to create a really awesome dynamic fight scene between all of the figures. Now, that's about it for this video, guys. Check out the Mint and Sealbox Figure Podcast. The link is down in the description below. Eric Lee, his link is down there as well. He can get you pretty much any new release figure from Hong Kong the day it's released, and he'll send it out promptly the day after. So he is a really awesome contact to have, so definitely start building your relationship with Eric Lee, and he will take care of you on prices for the figures if you tell him that you came from this channel as well. So definitely make sure you do that. And also check out the Mint in Seal Box Figure Podcast and Justin's Collector Group. That's about it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.